Ich weiß, ich habe schon lange kein Livestream gemacht, aber heute mache ich mal einen Livestream. Und ich habe sowieso teilweise alle meine Abschlüsse fertig und dann noch nächste Woche Deutsch mündlich, aber sonst alles fertig. Und das habe ich nicht gedacht, dass ich mal, ja, wieder mal ein Spiel starte. Wir stellen mal Musik ein bisschen leiser, Soundeffekte ein bisschen leiser. Dialog kann bleiben, Helligkeit passt. Fadenkreuz. Nee, brauchen wir nicht. Wofür denn? Kann man ja steuern. Normal. Und alles passt. Okay. Impressum. Keine Ahnung, was das ist. Was ist eigentlich dieses Baumdiagramm hier? Odin, 1880, 1937. Eddie, 1917, 2010. Sam, 1950, 1983. Calvin, 1950, 1961. Barbara, 1944, 1960. Molly, 1937, 1947. Nur 10 Jahre. Wow. Das ist sehr wenig Lebenszeit. Walter, 1952 bis 2005. George. Gregory. Oh, Gregory. Ich wollte schon Georgery sagen. Gregory. 1976 bis 1977. Ein Jahr alt. Wow. Gus. 1969 bis 1982. Dawn. 1968 bis 2016. Nice. Milton. 1992 bis 2003. Wieder mal 10 Jahre. Nicht viel. Louis. 1988 bis 2010. Okay. Der wurde jetzt 22 Jahre. Immer noch nicht wirklich viel, aber hey, höchstens schon Kindheit erlebt, höchstens. Und Edith, 1999 bis. Fragezeichen. Wow, okay. Das ist schon mal gleich am Anfang ein bisschen sad, weil hier schon bei Molly und so und Georgery, also Gregory und so und Gus auch so teilweise sehr wenig Lebenszeit. Die haben sehr wenig gelebt. Das ist traurig. Ich finde sowas immer, wenn ich sowas sehe, immer sehr, sehr traurig. Also, ja, so ist es einfach nicht schön. Aber, was kann man schon machen? Aber egal. Machen wir jetzt damit weiter.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning.
Hallo.
With the house.
Oh ja, by the way, das ist teilweise... ich werde hier nicht so hören. Also ihr müsst meine dumm bescheuerten Stimmen nicht so oft hören. Also, ja. Ich hoffe, es gefällt euch trotzdem. Weil ich muss hier nicht so viel reden, denn... es ist Monolog spielen.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Gottes Willen, ist dieses Haus groß. Wow. Ja, was ist das denn? Oh, wie süß. Wie süß. Das sieht so cool aus. Ist Post
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Wow. 7 Jahre. Alles klar. Die sind schon längst über...
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh. Ich dachte, das kommt wieder oben an das Screen. Nee, hier. Einen Moment Geduld, bitte. die sollten lernen, Schlüssel mitzunehmen. Wenn du aus dem Haus gehst, nimm Schlüssel mit. Ist immer wichtig zu wissen. Okay, wo waren wir? Nee. Egal, gehen wir weiter.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Alles klar.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Was habe ich dann jetzt für einen Schaden, ob ich links oder rechts gehe? Also, ich mag es immer nach links zu gehen. Und jetzt kommt, ich habe falsch entschieden.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Wieso
But now I
denn?
had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Wieso? Was hat deine Familie
The
getan?
woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Alles klar. Okay, du creepst mich ein bisschen out. Also, kein Scherz, du machst mir ein bisschen Angst über diesen Haus jetzt. Okay, nicht diesen Haus, ich meine den Haus.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Ganz ehrlich, jetzt will ich ganz ehrlich wissen, gibt es Häuser, die wirklich so gebaut sind, dass einfach erstmal ganz normal, ja, durchmal ein bisschen möchte oder auch ein bisschen, und dann, whoop, scheiße auf, wir bauen einfach höher. Naja, egal. Ja. Ich weiß nicht genau. Aber dieses Haus sieht sehr alt aus.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Echt? Ich bin 17? Ah. Oh ja, das ist auch ein Spiel, wo man nach unten schauen kann. Ja, ziemlich schönen Bauch hier. Also echt. Ja, kein Scherz, sogar ein Schatten sieht man es. Wir haben einen Bauch. Interessant. Gibt es hier irgendwas hier? Oh.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
What the fuck? Wieso hast du die Tür nicht aufgemacht, Mädel?
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ja moin, wenn ich auch durch eine Tür gehen will, dann nehme ich die Hundeklappe. Ja, gut. Ja moin. Haben wir nicht ein
For the first
Hausschlüssel?
time in years, I felt like I was home.
Wow. Kein Scherz. Die Atmosphäre gefällt mir schon jetzt irgendwie.
But instead of a
Kein Scherz.
family, there were just memories of one.
Okay, nämlich...
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Cool. Ganz ehrlich, ich persönlich hatte nur einmal Chinesisch mein ganzes Leben. Also... Aber ich habe es gut gefunden eigentlich. Chinesische Nudeln sind Hammer.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, Tuna. Also mir wird schon schlecht, wenn ich das ansehe. Gott. Wie kann man Tuna essen? Wie kann man Fisch generell
The
essen?
table was
Geht.
still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Echt jetzt? Ihr habt diesen... Der Tisch sieht genau so aus. Seit 7 Jahren. What the fuck?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Okay. Gut zu wissen. Ah. Fucking hell nochmal.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Schöne Bilder. Hm. Oh my. Was ist hier denn?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for
Hey.
Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Hey, das ist der Song von dem kompletten Spiel eigentlich. Das ist der Hauptsong. Das ist merkwürdig beschrieben.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Damn it. Ah, wieso hast du aufgehört? Mir hat das gefallen. Oh, ich kann nachzoomen. David Finch, Living Room. Sieht auch zu aus.
Even the
Mächtigen
fireplace
TV.
had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Ach, der versunken ist? Was? Ah, da ist irgendwas im Wasser. Oder da ist irgendjemand im Wasser. Keine Ahnung. Okay. Ziemlich viele Sachen hier. Ein Violine und ein, Wieso fällt der Name nicht ein? Ein Bass war es, oder sowas. Alter, ich weiß nicht mehr. Das fällt mir nicht ein. Oh Gott, sind die Dinger alt. Sogar ich persönlich habe eine in der... Also nicht ich persönlich, sondern mein Vater hat so eins in der Werkstatt.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Also ist sein Bruder verschwunden.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Ja, zum Beispiel der geile Ding hier. What the
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Das hätte mir nicht sagen müssen. Weil jetzt gehe ich nicht ein. Können wir hinsetzen und hoch? Aber warte, nein. Sturm ist hier aus.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Ah, sie haben mir zugeschaut beim
I spent a
Umziehen.
lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Wieso denn? Das sieht hammer aus. Zug.
Lewis
Okay.
told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Der Schlüssel ist sicher nicht dafür, oder? Doch. The fuck?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
What the fuck? Geil. Einfach nur geil. Aber erstmal schauen wir weiter, bevor wir weitergehen. Yay. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Oh ja, das stand in dem Buch hier. Molly, da. Molly. Sie ist nur 10 Jahre alt gewesen. Louis, das haben wir eigentlich auch gehört jetzt. Alter, alles klar. Das ist ihre komplette Familie. Die sind alle tot. Sie ist der einzige Finch. Oder wie hieß es? Finches. Ja, Finch. Wieso habe ich das nicht früher bemerkt? Gottes fucking Willen, man bin ich schlecht. Eddie.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Ah, wie süß. Oh, hier steht das auch. Eddie. 1917 bis 2010. Ha. Fast 100 Jahre alt. Respekt. Sven Hofstand Finch. 1915 bis 1964. Oh, ich wollte das nicht. Jesus Christ. Wen gehört das hier? Calvin. Ah, schon wenn das so in 10 Jahren war. Oh ja, das war einer von den 10
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Deshalb ist die Tür zweiseitig. Calvin Sam. Oh, Sam. Der hat auch nur 33 Jahre gelebt.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had
Gregory.
peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Okay, ganz ehrlich, es ist ein bisschen komisch, dass ihr Gucklöcher habt an jede einzelne Tür. Oh, hallo.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara. 1944.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Jetzt will ich legit wissen, ob das wirklich war.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin. Oh ja, ganz am Anfang. Odin und Eddie. Ha. Alles klar. Lol. Das ist irgendwie interessant zu wissen, ganz ehrlich. So, ja. Ich sag mal, wir haben schon alles angeschaut, also gehen wir weiter.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Okay, Tea Party.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Ein weiteres Schlafzimmer.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Warte, wir sind in Mollys
I grew up
Zimmer.
looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Sternchen. Okay, das sind auf jeden Fall keine Leute. Was ist das dann? Dezember. Die sind im Dezember ausgezogen, wie es scheint. Hello?
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Ah, das ist so süß.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Alles klar. Entschuldigt Leute, ich bin ein bisschen... Also ich bin nicht erkältet, aber ich habe diesen... nicht so schön... Pollenallergie. Pollen.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Jo.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Ooh, hello. The bathroom.
I kept eating and eating.
Ew. Ew. Zahnpasta. Ernsthaft?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Darf man das überhaupt essen? Ich hab keine Ahnung.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What the fluff? Oh, damn it.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
You know? A day. Aw. I just wanted to be your friend.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Ja, die sehen aus wie Puppen. By the way. Okay, wohin?
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Oh god.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What the fluff? Hammer.
Rabbits.
Oh, geil. Have this.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Ja, was genau willst du finden? Oh mein fucking Gott. Sie hat den verdammten Kaninchen in ein Stück.
A mama rabbit.
Ganz ehrlich, Leute, das ist ein bisschen viel schwieriger, als ihr denkt. Das ist eigentlich nicht drauf. Sinn. Junge, es ist verdammt. Oh.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
In einem Baum. Land high. Land high. Zurück in den
I rolled
Wasser.
off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh Gott, das ist jetzt ein bisschen umgedreht. Oh. Hi.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Kidding. Oh, fuck my life. Alter, kein Scherz. Leute, das ist viel schwieriger als ich denke. Oh, geh ab. Gottes Willen. Wieso muss es so schwer sein? Gottes Willen. Oh, Gottes Willen. Ja. Oh, ich hab ihn schon wieder verloren. No. Wo ist der? Okay, kein Chat. Alter. Ich komm nicht klar. Oh, ich komme nicht klar mit meinem Leben gerade. Ich bin nicht gut im Wasser. Weißt du? Das war random.
I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good.
Jetzt wird immer komisch. Oh, da ist er. Gerade gesehen.
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Fuck. Ew, Tentakeln. Hentai. Got it.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Kein Scherz, Leute. Ich bin ein
I
bisschen
was big,
angegeben.
but I moved real quiet.
Edith. Menschengleich. Warte, zählt das nicht immer noch als Kannibalismus?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Ne, kein Scheiß. Ist das jetzt auch Kannibalismus, weil die kleine Mädel denkt da über die Menschen zu essen? Zählt das immer noch als Kannibalismus? Weil wenn ja, dann... Ah ja, Kannibalismus. Du hast gesagt. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Warte, ich kann jetzt auch nicht mehr was. Oh, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Kommen Sie bitte her.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Bitte lass mich nicht so wieder schwimmen. Ich bin schlecht im Schwimmen.
I slithered onto the sand and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Okay. Überhaupt nicht komisch. Ganz ehrlich, ich habe Gänsehaut wegen diesem Spiel. Oh, durch die Toilette. Ja, hast du recht.
I got closer and closer.
Okay.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Ugh. Okay, zu komisch für mich.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, jetzt haben wir ein kleines Zeichen von unserer kleinen Schwester, Molly.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Hello.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Cool. Sven. Wo bist du, Sven? Oh, da ist eigentlich Sven. Er hat kein Anteil an dem Baum. Oh, das ist falsch. Bild 1937. Geburt in 1937. Edith Finch.
Even in her 90s.
Happy
Sometimes
90s
Edie
birth.
seemed a lot younger than my mother.
So sehr. Boah. Was für eine Badezimmer ist das denn?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Junge. Oh, mit so pinken Wolle.
It was a
und so.
pretty big trace.
Kein Scherz, ich will irgendwie jetzt so eine Toilette haben. Das ist einfach nur Hammer. Oh, hallo. Du musst nicht unbedingt auf die Toilette steigen. Gottes Willen. Noch eine Geschichte.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
It isn't in the cupboard. It is hidden in this book. Oh. Well, hello.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Okay. Alles klar. Bilder. Oh, das ist eigentlich ein schönes Bild. Milton. Ui. Fort Calvin. Fort Sam. Einer so richtig Cowboy-mäßig. Dann ist so off in the space. das abnehmen. Oh, da.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Oh, Größenunterschiede. Ja. Da war er allein.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Ich mag, okay, ganz ehrlich, ich mag Geschichte auch null. Ich hasse Geschichte. Aber es geht nicht um mich, es geht um die.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh my. Yippie. Wieso gehen wir so verdammt schief? Irgendwie gefällt mir diese Schaukel.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he
mir
did.
Mir wird schlecht, ganz ehrlich. Können wir hier runtergehen, bitte? Oh. Scheiße nochmal. Oh, mit zwei Füßen.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Okay, jetzt ist es ein bisschen besser. Oh.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh Gott.
Sam, Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh, also deshalb schaukel
I
ich.
told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Or maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Junge.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh Gott, bitte nicht. Sag nicht, dass es so
That's
ist.
what I want to remember
Das ist
about my brother.
Ja, Baum ist abgebrochen.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
What the fuck? Er ist einfach verdammt mal gestorben.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Echt jetzt? Ah, Mädel, du bist
After
tot.
the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay. Hallöchen. Warte, muss ich anders haben? Oh, geil. The fuck? Wie viele Geheimnisse hat dieses Haus? Ich will jetzt da leben. Aber kein Scherz, ich will
The
da leben.
passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Kein Scherz. Ist sie schwanger?
Growing
Oh,
up,
jetzt kommen wir zu Barbara.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh ja, sie war diese Popstar. Barbara, 1944 bis 1960. Sie wurde 16 Jahre alt. Wow.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, Gottes Willen.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Das muss ich merken.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Mir gefällt dieser Comic-Style. Das sieht hammermäßig aus. Michael,
She
bist du
found
das?
Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh Gott, jetzt spielen wir Dead by Daylight. Fuck yeah.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Ja, ja.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Eieiei. Nicht schon wieder der Michael Myers Musik.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Screw yourself, buddy.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Hey, buddy. Screw yourself.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Okay. Ich sagen, gefällt es mir.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong. This is the fashion police.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans.
Oh,
of
God.
course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ugh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Wow, der ist auch quasi lame. Da war noch flach, Kumpel. Da war noch flach.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Amai. Kann ja da nicht raus. Also muss ich hier raus.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Hello. I'm back.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Wie es scheint. Vielleicht gibt es den Schlüssel in den Keller. Laden. Okay, also so lange drehen, bis der Schlüssel rausgeht. Da ist der Schlüssel. Da ist der Schlüssel. Danke, Musikbox. Ja, moin. Swan. Ah, da ist Swan eigentlich. Da einzelne Blatt.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Tetanus-Spritze. What the fuck?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Oh.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Geheime Untergrund. So dunkel.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
That's klar.
If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Junge. Peanut Butter. Alter, was? Richtiges Atombunker hier.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Ist klar, kann man mit so viel Essen und Wasser ungefähr, ich würde mal sagen, weil die auch gekannt sind, so auf jeden Fall 5 Jahre schon überleben teilweise. Aber man muss die alles teilweise einhalten. Walter 2000.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Wie kannst du das alles auf einmal tun?
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Ja, geil, es
I
geht
know
noch
it's out
weiter.
there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
And them.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Und tot.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Walter. Ich wollte gerade sagen, wer du stinkst.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Mit diesem Bauch? Nee.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Ziemlich viel das.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Junge, das ist eine Menge Essen. Hier sind noch eine Menge Essen.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Okay.
And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Aww. Oh Mann, ich hab Gänsehaut wegen diesem Spiel. Woher kam
I don't know
das
if I should
schon
even
so?
be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Ja, sie ist auf jeden Fall schwanger. Wie komme ich da rüber? Ah, da sind die Treppen. Okay, Frage beantwortet. Ganz ehrlich, mir gefällt die Atmosphäre. Das ist sehr, sehr schön. Und still. Auf jeden Fall das Musik in dem kompletten Spiel. Sehr schön.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Musik sehr entspannt. Ja, ich muss da lang. Oder so. Ja. Final. Und ich muss vielleicht da lang, wo der Weg entlang führt, mal wieder.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Okay. Derpy Jr., Derpy, Burpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Lurpy, Zerpy. Oh Gott. Schatzi, 1995, 2009. Oliver, Kaninchen, 1982 bis 1989, oh Gott. Bob. Wer nimmt seinen Hund Bob? 1980 bis 1984, oh Gottes Willen. Shadow, 1978 bis 1988. Christopher, von 1942 bis 1947. Okay. Oh, die kann ich kaum lesen. Derpy Jr., 1994 bis 2006. Derpy von 1968 bis 1981. Burpy von 1940 bis 1948. Chirpy von 1938 bis 1943. Burpy 1988 bis 1991. Okay. Derpy 1952 bis 1963. Längste überlebt bisher lang. Chirpy 1990 oder 92 bis 1995. Zoe 1962 bis 1970. Coco 1974 bis 1979. Tucker 1988 bis 1992. Charlene 1993 bis 2007. 14 Jahre, alles klar. Daisy, Gottes Willen. 1985 bis 1993. Lucy, oh, ich mag eigentlich den Namen Lucy. 1956 bis 1969. Ich muss das einfach so sagen.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Wow. Alles klar. Molly Finch, born December 11, geboren am 11. Dezember 1937. Gestorben am 13. Dezember 1947. Jetzt wieder. Calvin Finch, geboren am 25. April 1950. Gestorben am 23. September 1961. Spaceman. Sven Finch, geboren am 17. Juni 1915. Gestorben am 26. August 1964. Der Handwerker. Edith Finch, geboren am 8. April 1917. Gestorben am 5. Dezember 2010. Der Leser vielleicht? Keine Ahnung, ich habe keinen guten Namen für ihn. Walter Finch, geboren am 26. August 1952. Gestorben am 31. Mai 2005. Der Überlebende. Barbara Finch, geboren am 31. Oktober 1944. Gestorben am 31. Oktober 1960. Die Star. Irgendwann noch?
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh my. Okay. Der Captain geht immer mit seinem Schiff runter.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Alles klar, was ist da passiert? Oh my, he's not there.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam Finch, geboren am 25. April 1950, gestorben am 16. Juli 1983, der Amerikaner. Nee, der Astronaut war das nicht, oder wer war das? Ne, Calvin war das Astronaut, Sam war der Scout, der Astronaut, keine Ahnung. Ne, Astronaut war der Amerikaner einfach verkleidet. Gus Finch, geboren am 20. Juni 1969, gestorben am 8. November 1982. Gus. Von dem weiß ich noch nichts, also ich sag mal, der Fliegenfänger oder so ein Scheiß. Gregory Finch, geboren am 12. Januar 1976. Gestorben am 19. Dezember 1977. Ja, mal ein Jahr. Okay, ein Jahr alt wurde er, aber Junge, das ist so früh. Ein Jahr gelebt.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Milton Finch, geboren am 19. Mai 1992, gestorben, nicht bewusst. Der Maler? Sanya Kumar, geboren am 6. September 1966, gestorben am 22. Februar 2002. Louis Finch, geboren am 27. Dezember 1988, gestorben am 21. November 2010. Der König vielleicht? Louis. Gus, David, George, Odin, Eddie. Okay.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Ich wusste es, sie ist schwanger. Und sie ist 22 Wochen schwanger, ernsthaft? Und du kletterst. Mädel, was ist los mit dir? Leiter oder so? Oh ne, da ist ein Leiter. Ich wusste, dass sie schwanger ist. Ich meine, schaut dir Bauch an. Junge.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam Finch, der Soldat. US Marines, oh yeah.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
Ha ha ha. Update.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Haha.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Keine Ahnung, was hier?
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Oh, wow.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh Junge, jetzt muss ich extra hochlaufen.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Yep.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Alles klar. Ja, bei sowas muss man immer erstmal klar gehen, ob der Reh wirklich tot ist. Auch wenn das nicht wirklich...
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Was soll ich jetzt tun? Raus wieder? Ja, ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich tun muss. Okay, also... Nope, keine Ahnung. Das kam genau hier an. Was hier oder so? Aha!
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh nein, jetzt kommt Richard George. Oh Gott. Jetzt kommt jetzt Gregory. Oh no, 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 no.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Okay, das ist... Ja.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
What the fuck?
I wonder what he saw.
Wee! Wee!
What his world was like.
Duckies. Give me all the duckies. Ducky. Oh, ducky.
It reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy.
Oh god. Ja, Ah, Mr. Froggy.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on,
That's
I don't want
it.
Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
About
Uh-oh.
the world he saw.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh nein. Oh nein. Uh-oh. Oh scheiße. Scheiße. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ich habe jetzt gerade ein Baby.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Ich habe gerade.
About everything. But I know what happened wasn't
Oh hey
your
Leute, gehen wir den Abwasserkanal herunter. Lass mich auch.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Hör mal. Ich habe ein Baby getötet. Ja. Ich fühle mich gerade so schlecht. Oh Gott. Oh, wer war
I
hier?
can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and
Gus.
yet
What the fuck?
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Oh, Gottes Willen.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ich mag diesen kleinen Wichser schon jetzt. Schau, dass er tot
The
ist.
wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh my.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gus. 1969 bis 1982. Er war 10 Jahre alt. Und er hatte schon solche Haare. Ernsthaft? Was ist das? Duties. Dawn. Sweep, trash, H. Gus. Mop, now, yard. Mop, mow, yard. Greg, be a baby. Duties. Greg, be a baby. Oh, good to see.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Solltest du wirklich klettern?
At the time,
wenn du
it was
schwanger
as
bist?
far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Yeah.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Religion. Ugh. Whee! Ja, was jetzt? Da muss ich wieder hoch. Damit wieso bin ich runtergekommen? Ich muss da oben
My
bleiben.
mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Louis. Oh.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Basil, sage, thyme, mint, Milton.
And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Fällt mir. Hello.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Edith. Barbara, Molly, Sam, Kelvin, Gregory, Dorn, Swen, Gus.
But it didn't last.
Kingdom, Pilum, class, order, family, genus, species, verity. Okay. A bis D, E bis H, I bis L, M bis Q, R bis U und F bis Z. Okay. Und hier das gleiche.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh, wir sind noch nicht am Höhepunkt. Oh Gott. Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
So komm ich rein, ey. Ha 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 ha. Ich war oft genug ein Dieb in Spielen. Ich weiß, wenn man eine kommt. Alles klar.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Jetzt sind wir auf einmal bei Disney. Okay. Das war schnell.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Da geht unsere Geschichte weiter.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Ich weiß eigentlich überhaupt nicht, seit wie lange spiele ich.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ich habe geschrieben Part 1, aber wahrscheinlich wird das ein kompletter Durchgang sein. Aber ich habe nichts dagegen.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Dosenfabrik. Louis. 1988
Everyone
bis
always told me to
2010.
stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Erfolg freigeschaltet, ein näheres Blick. Hm. Cool. Ich dachte, es gibt keine Erfolge. Aber wir scheinen gibt es die doch. Wie geil ist das denn? Sein Zimmer ist ein beschissenes Boot. Oh Mann. In welche Richtung muss ich? Vorwärts? Ja, vorwärts.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Geil.
That part of him lived on.
Ja moin, Shisha hier. Kippen, Shisha, Videospiele, ja moin.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Und diese Musik. Oh, yeah. Ich spüre das. Ich will auch jetzt so einen Raum haben. So ein Zimmer.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Ich muss an 2 Sachen konzentrieren, what the fuck. Hier haben wir jetzt was mit
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Warte mal, ich muss erstmal damit klarkommen wieder. Okay, jetzt.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
Jetzt erinnert mich das an Diablo.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Fish.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He
Ich habe
told
es
me
gerade
he'd made a
bemerkt,
new
es wird immer
friend.
größer. Ein Bakefish.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Nein, aber ich sehe auch teilweise kein Dings mehr in der Cannery.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Was für ein Ding.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Jetzt muss ich auf das und das konzentrieren.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
That's all.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for Sinister serpents.
Regenbogen, wie langweilig ist das denn?
He followed the sound of her silver harp.
Das ist so schwer zu konzentrieren irgendwie.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh Junge, jetzt sehe ich wortwörtlich nicht mehr, wo was ist.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Okay, wartet mal. Erstmal müsste ich Dings machen.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Okay, das ist ein bisschen komisch gewesen.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Okay, irgendwie gefällt mir das, aber auch irgendwie.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh Gott. Mein aufrichtiger Beileid.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay, wer fehlt noch? Don, Eddie und Odin. Eigentlich noch Sven auch noch. Ingeborg, Kay und Sanja. Fehlt eigentlich auch noch teilweise. Also, ja.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Oh my. Hat seinen Kopf abgeschnitten.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Hello.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
To teach and to learn. Okay.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Okay.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Edith. Zumindest nicht Edith. Edith Finch.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh my, yeah.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Hello.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Was? History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Das glaube ich dir auch.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Ich erinnere mich noch ein bisschen.
I got turned around.
Oh Gott, das ist so dunkel.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Du schon wieder. Ich gehe nur geradeaus, by the way.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Hallo, alter Freund.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Ciao, Omi.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Wee! Wee! Wee!
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until
Oh
I
Mann,
found
ich
out
weine
about
eigentlich
you.
wirklich. Oh Gott.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Oh my.
I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Komm schon. Ja, wir sind fast da. Ja, wir sind da.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith Finch. Geboren 14. Februar, gestorben 18. Januar. Oh nein, ich meine eigentlich wirklich, das war schön. Oh Gott. A Story by James Barrow. Für Shirley Dulles, 1948 bis 2013. Oh Gott. Ian Dallas, Creative Director. Joshua Sartaf, Technik Director. Jalis Hash, Leader Technik Artist. Brandon Martinez, Lead Artist. Chris Bell, Lead Designer. Edith. Michael Kwan, Technical Designer. Sam June Alley. Evan Rogers, Gameplay Programmer. Don Hollingsworth, Engineer. Milton. Thomas Hune, Animator. Sam Rosenthal, Technical Designer. Missing. Jonathan Hummel, Designer, Programmer. Sean Kuang, Programmer. John Lai, Audio plus Unlockable Program. Danke, John. Haha, einfach quergeschaltet, alles klar. Kevin Davis, Environment Artist. Greg Pure, Environment Artist. Kirst Almond, Environment Artist. Theo Aretos, Concept Artist. Dan Valfo, Character Artist. Holly Rothrock, 2D Artist. Michael Felick, Producer. Elvin Nelson, Producer. Oh Mann. Ich weiß aber noch. Oh Gottes Willen. Steve Grant, Lead Sound Designer. Jeff Rousseau, Composer. Eduardo Ortiz Frau, Audition Sound Designer. Andrew Odell, Q&A Leader. Ben Esper, Design Consultor. Case Correct, Additional FX. Melis Fuse, Additional Regions. Avienne, Additional Animation. Ari Pinto, Additional Animation. GQ, Additional Programming. Tom Bissell, Additional Writing. Oh, das sind so viele, Gottes Willen. Aber danke an euch allen. Schönes Spiel. Megan Allison. Nathan Gray. Nell Hamryan. Jeff Legaspi. Jordan Marks. Deborah Mars. James Nessie. And Hector Chancellor. And thanks to you all as well. In loving memories, Louis Finch. The Edith Finch team. 2012-2017. The end. Die Option Geschichte wiederholen steht jetzt zur Verfügung. Wähle Edith, um von Anfang an zu spielen. The Finches. Louis. Milton. Edith. Dawn. Gus. Gregory. Sam. Walter. Calvin. Barbara. Molly. Und die gute alte Omi. Eddie. Der einzige, den wir nicht haben, ist Odin. Odin ist der einzige ohne Bild. Aber ganz ehrlich, tolles Spiel, einfach nur herzerwärmend. Das Ende einfach nur. Ich musste wortwörtlich weinen. Also, das war einfach wunderschön. Ganz ehrlich. Musik, Hammer. Die Geschichten, alles. Also echt. Man musste schon wirklich lange überlegen, dass man so viele Geschichten einfach ausdenken muss. Das war einfach wunderschön. Kein Scherz, das war wunderschön. Oh mein. Aber ja, ich hoffe, es hat euch allen gefallen. Mir hat es auf jeden Fall gefallen. Wenn ihr wollt, lasst ein Like da, kommentiert über diesen Spiel. Ich fand es einfach super, ob ihr es super gefunden habt. Wenn ja, lasst einen Kommentar da. Ich heule wortwörtlich gehört, das war einfach wunderschön. Am Ende ist sogar Edith gestorben. Da steht vielleicht nicht, aber 1999 bis 2018, denke ich mal, war es auf dem Grabstein. Warte, aber wie heißt jetzt der Sohn von Edith? Oh Mann, das will ich jetzt wissen. Oh Mann. Was passiert eigentlich, wenn ich spielen drücke? Bei Geschichte wiederholen. Was passiert, wenn ich spielen jetzt? Es fängt von wieder vorne an. Gottes Willen, das ist laut. Aber egal. Ja, es fängt einfach wieder von vorne an. Gottes Willen. Puh. Oh, hier kann ich auswählen. Wiederholen? Ja. Das ist jetzt interessant, weil Odin war auch der einzige, den wir nicht gesehen haben. Also das machen wir jetzt noch. Weil für Odin haben wir auch kein Bild.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon chase. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom... Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Aha!
Her room was like a museum.
Ich wusste, ich habe irgendwas vergessen.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Ah, jetzt haben wir es.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Edie ist eigentlich auch die älteste geworden. Wie alt? Fast 100 Jahre alt wurde sie. Niemand hat bisher so lange überlebt. Oh, kein Scherz. Ja, 1968 bis 2016 wurde Dawn. Das sind auch nur fast 50 Jahre, nur fast. Nur 48 wurde sie. Warte, hat nicht Edith gesagt, sie ist 22 geworden? Weil dann müssten wir... Ja, dann ist sie in 2021 gestorben, nicht? Ja. Ich wusste, ich habe irgendwas vergessen. Die komplette Familie zusammen. Ha, das Ende von allen. Yes! Okay, ich wollte noch den Trophäe holen. Also, wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst ein Like da. Kommentiert, ob ihr die Geschichten von all die Finches gemocht habt. Ich habe auf jeden Fall jeder einzelne gemocht. Auf jeden Fall Edith seine. Weil das war irgendwie am schönsten auch. Weil sie wollte eigentlich über ihre komplette Familie wissen. Diesen dunkle Geheimnis teilweise. Aber am Ende fand sie nur, es gibt kein Geheimnis. Das sind sie einfach nur alle. Aber ja. Ich überlege mir gerade, weil für mich der Schularbeit endet und ich langsam Arbeit anfange, ob ich jetzt solche Online-Spiele so posten sollte, vielleicht, keine Ahnung, so Rainbow oder Paladins oder vielleicht sowas. Weiß nicht gerade genau, aber vielleicht werde ich es tun, vielleicht noch heute, wer weiß, vielleicht, es gibt immer eine Möglichkeit. Aber so, ansonsten, danke fürs Zuschauen, ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen und ich werde euch alle in den nächsten Videos sehen. Bye bye!